And welcome back to Houston Newsmakers and to Houston City Council member Dwight Boykins, who I know is a big Astros fan. I want to talk to you about some of the city council issues, the upcoming election issues as well, and things that are going on in your district. But your thoughts about the Houston Astros?
Hey, man, you know, as a native Houstonian, Canberra, we're so excited. And, you know, last night I had an opportunity to hang out with the firefighters and watch the game with them. The firefighters were excited, man. But I was nervous, man, for a little while. You know, that 5-run lead was important, but I was still nervous.
It's a good thing for the city, for sure. Lots going on throughout the city. In your area, one of the things that really happened that was important to you was that you got a grocery store that decided to come into your area. A lot of people would say, wait a minute, what's the big deal about that? Talk about the importance of that happening in that area.
Well, I grew up in that area, first of all.
And what area are we talking about?
610, the South Union neighborhood. When I first joined City Council in 2014 under Mayor Parker during that time, we addressed the food desert with a fresh, brand new pie barn superstore off of Carter and Scott Street. And so as we continue to address this issue throughout the district, there are other pockets throughout the city. For an example, in the Sunnyside, Macau area, we're going to look at that as another location. But right now we're looking at a brand new H-E-B superstore for North McGregor and 288, which will address some of the food desert issues in the Museum Park area, Third Ward area, South Park, Sunnyside, all together, because it's off of the major expressway. And
it does have a domino effect, does it not, when you have that facility there that provides people with the fresh food and that kind of thing that they really need.
And jobs, Canberra, and it'll create job opportunities. There's another store for Sky Nose Spanish Trail, and those employees will be able to come over and work over to that location as well. So we're looking forward to it, but there's no need for the people in that area to have to drive off of Buffalo Speedway or somewhere else, Tanglewood, to get quality food.
All right, let's talk about the issues coming up in the election on Tuesday. The mayor has talked about, he says, vote for all of them. The pension obligation bond, that's A on the ballot, then B through E, which is fire department, parks, public health, libraries. Are you in lockstep with the mayor, and if so, why?
Absolutely. First of all, let me give Mayor Sylvester Turner a lot of credit. This is within 2 years tackling, you know, the pension issues, tackling the budget, tackling a cohesive relationship with his council members, and being able to work through some of the major issues to solve Houston's problems. I tell people all the time, we drive around and the streets are fine, the police and fire providing great services, but there will become a time if we don't address these issues from a financial perspective to where we will be hurting like other cities. So I support them because it will do good in my district. Being selfish, we will have a new multi-service center, a new building in the Edgewood area, new streets, new police, new fire vehicles. So I'm excited about it.
Some will say that those who vote yes on the pension bond, that a yes vote doesn't really solve the problem of a $5 billion owed, that it's not a long-term solution, it's more of a short-term solution.
Absolutely. Again, the can was kicked down the road for many years, and that's why I give Mayor Turner a lot of credit for addressing it on the front end. And there was some heartache in terms of restructuring how we will cover some of this debt, but yes.
Is it still more to be done, though, down the road, long-term?
Absolutely. And we need Houstonians as a whole to continue to participate to help us move our city forward.
The mayor's also said, he said on this show a couple of weeks ago, he said those bonds that you vote for won't raise your taxes at all. And you believe that as well?
I know it. I know it to be a fact. I mean, I'll be shocked if it changed, but the way Mayor Turner's put it in place, it will not.
Well, Gary Pollan normally would have been here. You know, we love having him on.
Absolutely.
But he is having a grandchild, so he couldn't be here.
He's not having a grandchild. His daughter's having a grandchild.
Congratulations to him. But he did leave a note here talking about that. He says that due to appraisal creep anyway, taxes for most will go up yearly, so it's likely people will pay more in taxes anyway associated with all of this. That's not the same thing, or is it?
No, he's speaking in terms of homes that were flooded out in some of the areas, Canberra, where they're appraising based on the lot value as opposed to the value of the home, which is now pretty much done away with. But no, we're not increasing your taxes on this by no means.
You had an issue there not long ago where the mayor was wanting to do something with taxes, and the city council voted 15-2 to say, no, we're going to keep. What was that all about?
Well, what it was, during any hurricane in a major city, the mayor of that city have an opportunity for within a 12-month period to address some of the needs that occurred during the hurricane. And as a council, we work with the mayor on that, and we just want to make certain that, and I listened to the people in my district, and they were pretty much saying that they didn't want to increase it during that period. But it wasn't a hit against the mayor. Let me be clear about that, because we work well with the mayor, and we just want to move forward with these pension obligation bonds to address some of those needs the mayor was trying to address.
One of the other things that you are very, very passionate about is the Second Chance Job Fair, which happens in your community. Tell people who don't know what the Second Chance Job Fair is all about.
It's an it's an opportunity to give people who made mistakes in the past and those who were out of the workplace for many years. Some parents decide want to go back to work after being out for 3 or 4 years, and they need that second chance because of their resume gap. But more importantly, there are people who made mistakes, nonviolent ex-felons are also included, where they just need that second chance. And I've always said, you know, by the grace of God, we just didn't get caught. Everybody have done something. This year, we decided to add two Gulfgate Dodge and Jones & Carter Engineering to donate 2 pickup trucks. And we loaded them up with carpentry equipment and lawn equipment and said, you know what, you may not get a job with Canberra Marshall Construction Company, but we want you to go out and create your own opportunity economic. And I asked them, just do one thing for me. Give somebody else a second chance, hire them.
That's a good thing. Well, that's good to know. Good to know you're still staying out of trouble for the most part.
Well, you know, Canberra, I want to give you this cap here, man, because I'm so proud of our Astros, and by you just being a good man, you know, I want you to have that. And I tell you, we're all excited about the city of Houston and
I appreciate
Astros.
That.
Yeah.
That saves me a little time on the internet to order it. So
I tell you, that line is long.
That's right. Thank you, Councilman.
Thank you, man.
It's good to see you again, as always.
Thank you,
so
Canberra.
much.